Salvete, omnes! This is Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek. And Zeldara109, this one's for you. You say you like randomness? Well, if you like randomness, then you're gonna love this stage. Ground Scaravich. In the Central Museum. Oh yeah, I should note that... I'll worry about it later. Yeah, see, big sign there that says Central Museum. I'd say we're in the Central Museum, don't you think? As Alia says, you are now in the Central Museum. Okay. Its appearance has completely changed. It's dead quiet. I wonder what kind of nightmare awaits me. Let's move on. Walk down the stairs. No enemies so far. What's this? Is this a totem pole? I can't detect any sign of a totem pole. Must be the work of the nightmare. Be careful. So, the way Ground Scaravich works is, you hit the totem pole, and you teleport. Oh, what's this place? Alia, can you analyze where I am? Alia? Alia? Alia, the communications are out! You're gonna have to do that 4 times before you get to the boss. And the only enemies in this stage are the totem pole, oops, spoilers. Never mind. So, now that I'm through that area, I destroy this thing and I get teleported back. And the totem pole has now become an enemy. Crazy mid-boss type of thing. It has 5 heads, and once you destroy 2 of the smaller heads, the middle head comes out. Once you destroy all the heads, obviously it's gone. I should mention that the sections you get sent to are random, or semi-random. Oh no, what's this place? Alia! I'm out of the transition range. Where the heck am I anyway? So, even though you're gonna do the teleporting thing 4 times in the course of this stage, there are actually 8 different areas you can go to. The first 2 teleporters always send you to one of the first 4 areas, and the second 2 teleporters always send you to one of the second 4 areas. And the actual layout of the areas is semi-random as well. Like it still has the same general shape, but a couple of featured, like some of the parts of the walls disappear and stuff. Bye-bye. The stage also has quite a few items you can get. Very useful ones, indeed. Unfortunately, all of the items, at least the important ones, are in the second group of teleporters, so you have to redo more of the stage to get them. Dr. Light, I'll give you data for an armor program. Obtain all 4 programs to complete the armor. The one I give you now is the head part for the blade armor, so you use less special weapon energy. Yeah, as I said... Oh, that was cheesy. And I shall now demonstrate the Yamar option. Basically what it does is it creates these 3 dragonflies that circle around you, and if the dragonflies hit an enemy, they deal damage to the enemy, but if the dragonflies take too many hits, they're destroyed. But the dragonflies also shoot bullets. You can make them shoot by pressing the triangle button, or special weapon button if you don't have it set to triangle. and it doesn't take any special weapon energy to make the dragonflies shoot. See why I love the Yamar option? It's just so darn useful. It's Ground Scaravich's weakness too, but I'm not gonna be beating any of the bosses in this game with their weaknesses, actually. They're easy enough without, and the hardest boss is the one that's most difficult to use his weakness on, so... what was I saying before? Unfortunately, I said this stage contains several important items. Unfortunately, said items are all in the second half of the stage, the second set of teleporters. And unfortunately, they're spread out between 3 different sections, so there's no possible way you can get them all in one go. Yes, I've decided, unfortunately, is now a word. I always thought that was kind of an odd feature of the English language, how you can't add comparative and superlative endings to adverbs, but whatever. I died. I should note that once you've entered an area, then you'll continue going to that area. Or in other words, since I was in the space area that goes up, despite them being random, I will now reappear in the space area going up. Oh, and now I should show you what the Yamar option does when it's charged. When it's charged, the dragonflies are completely invincible, and they shoot automatically, although not straightforward, unfortunately. But man, no wonder the Yamar option is Ground Scaravich's weakness, considering how much of his stage you can just blast right through with. Nothing can stand in the way of my mighty Yamar option. Man, I love this weapon. They're at least nice and... Oh, did I land on the... Dang it. I hit the spikes. I was about to say they're nice enough to give you... At least give you standing room on that bottom one. Enough that you can... shoot at the bottom one. But... Now that I don't have to worry about picking up the nightmare souls, I can pretty much go through here like crazy. Oh yeah, another thing about the charged Yamar option, once you already have the 3 dragonflies out, it takes only 1 unit of special weapon energy to charge it up. Keep holding right, and you should be fine. Alia says, it's been a long mission, X. You must be tired. The investigator sent to this area is Ground Scaravich. Stay alert. Oh yeah, I should mention at this point that one author of the FAQs that I saw came up with alternate names for the Mavericks because he thought they translated them badly, like instead of like Commander Yamar, it should have been Commander Dragonfly, Ground Scaravich should have been Ground Scarab. So, use the alternate names if you wish. It doesn't matter to me, and they make sense. So, whatever. Ground Scaravich, you must be the burglar of ruins. What are you doing here? Well, well, well. What have we here? Why, it's Officer X! This is horrible. Why do I have to face someone like you here? Be a smart Reploid and give me the information on the nightmares. I'd rather just see what DNA data you have. Yes, listen to my pathetic attempt at sounding Eastern European. His name is Ground Scaravich. What kind of voice was I supposed to use for him? And that's basically all Ground Scaravich really does, is he walks back and forth, and he pushes these boulders. The boulders can be destroyed, and they come in 4 different sizes. See, there's the next size up. It's actually probably easier than Commander Yamar, but his weapon isn't nearly as useful. There are small boulders, slightly bigger boulders, and even bigger boulders. So I guess it would be small, medium, large, and huge. And of course, the bigger it is, the boulders are, the more hits they take to destroy. And on extreme mode, you have 3 kinds of boulders. Besides the regular ones, 576. I should point out that, yeah, Commander Yamar's stage has a ton of nightmares in it. Actually, the only enemies in it are the nightmares, the totem poles, and the circular and square block things. We got the ground dash, press certain types of rocks with it. And we rescued some peoples. And we got the speedster, and the energy up, and the head part beam. Ground Scaravich, an ex-treasure hunter. He was devoted to the research on an ancient site. He also had lots of research data on ancient robots. Gate took care of Scaravich in exchange for the ancient data. Gate improved his knowledge from him, then Gate had him build a different area. It was the place he was able to discover it. I saw Scaravich in the place. I felt bad, but I disposed of him. Gate didn't seem to care. I didn't want to remember this. Here lies Ground Scaravich, so skilled and learned. His mindful dedication makes me mushy. He never left an artifact unturned, but I still kicked his boulder-pushing tushy. And now we get different nightmare effects. See, Blaze Heatnix's area isn't red anymore, but it still has Commander Yamar's nightmare effect. And Metal Shark players and Shield Sheldons now have Ground Scaravich's nightmare effect. See, notice Commander Yamar's stage also affected Shield Sheldons? Well, since we just replaced that nightmare effect with Ground Scaravich's, that would be the one active if I went to that stage, instead of Commander Yamar's. Now, since I only showed off 4 of the 8 different areas, I'm going to cut here. Well, and since I didn't get all the items in this stage, and since this one won't have any nightmare effects for quite some time, I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to show off all of the different areas you can go to in this stage and get the items. So, here we are in the first new area. This would be the one with an Egypt background and a ceiling. You can use features to distinguish them. There's Egypt background without a ceiling, Egypt background with a ceiling, aquarium background going up, aquarium background going down, space background going up, space background going down, dinosaur background with the Dr. Light capsule. I don't know what you can use to distinguish the dinosaur ones. Uh-oh. Thank you, X, for firing in completely the wrong direction. Oh, that was close. Yeah, a couple of these... Ouch. Air dash. Yeah, thanks to the randomness of the area layout, there are actually cases where it's impossible to get through this area if you have the wrong armor, because there are a couple of sections where you have to air dash to get past, and sometimes you can't air dash or you don't have a good enough air dash. You're nightmare. And the Papa. So I can destroy you! That was dang close. See, now this part is open. So I don't have to deal with this air dash. And that was that section. You already saw me beat the totem pole, so I'm going to cut here. And new area number 2. This would be the one with the aquarium background going up. It's kind of shaped like a huge rectangle with a bunch of platforms in the middle. This one's kind of a pain. Good thing we have the Yamar option to help out, huh? Oh wait, I can charge it up since I'm going to be losing it on the transition anyway. That's that one. Now let's check out the areas I didn't go to in the second half. And new area number 3. For my now, it's probably better to move than think right now. This is probably the most important one, in fact. Yeah, more options. That is a secondary area portal. And I died. There's a secondary area portal in each stage, exactly one. And it takes you to the secondary area of the stage, which is sort of a little side area that has a special boss. And well, that's one way to get across Spike. The secondary areas also often have things like items in them. No different from the rest of the stage. They play just like the rest of the stage. I'm not going to be going into that secondary area right now, even though I can. Yeah, end of the dinosaur area with the secondary area portal, or the spiral-shaped dinosaur area instead of the square one, whichever you choose to think of it as. Cut. Yeah, okay, I still have one more area left to show off, but Bod, or Bad, however you pronounce it, you get the quick charge from him. He's the second Reploid in the spiral dinosaur area. And trust me, you want that quick charge. It is very, very useful. But anyway, now to actually get to the other part. I don't know why, but I couldn't seem to get it to turn up after doing the dinosaur one. I always got the other dinosaur section instead, the square one. And I have to wonder if... Well, I had the same thing happen with the first half, too, and I have to wonder if some sections trigger others. Anyway, cut. And this is the last area. And thanks to me messing with the controls or something, I got hit. virtual area again. Still, what was the purpose of the night you spent from the museum to something so different? I should take this time to mention that Ground Scaravich's stage music is easily my least favorite of the 8. It's just very uncatchy. Repetitive and kind of boring, and I don't think there were any necessary items in this area. I'd be the only one with a ladder for that doesn't. What the heck? I'll show another totem pole mini-boss battle. See, the problem with these things is you can only hit them when their faces are turned toward you, and when their faces are turned toward you, they're shooting. I'm not sure, but I think on easy mode, you know, after you destroy the middle head, or destroy the first pair, the second pair starts turning around faster. I don't think that happens on easy mode. Don't quote me on that, I'd have to test it, but I think the second one just goes at the same speed as the first pair. So, now that you've visited all 8 areas of our wonderful central museum, Night at the Museum 3, The Revenge of Randomness. And I think it's time to call this one quits. Call it quits on this one. That's a wrap. That's all, folks. We're done. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.